The next route you can take, which is the one that's kind of looking a little more sparkly to me out of all of them, is assisting or an apprenticeship. So what happens is usually these are locally owned private salons. It can be a small mom and pop salon. It can be a bangin', amazing, everybody knows what this salon is type of salon, you know, the biggest on the coast. And we have a couple down here. Usually these salons, you cannot just walk up and say, I want a booth rent or I want to be an employee. They only take, and I learned this by asking all the questions, these salons only take new students right out of school. This is an amazing opportunity for all of you cosmetology students. Hear me out. They only take new stylists. This is why. They want you to learn their way. They want to build you up the way they want you to work, to be, to color, to cut. That people can think that that's a negative thing. I don't think it's a negative thing. I think that you have a hot stylist that knows what he or she is doing, and they've been doing it for years, and they're willing to teach you all of their secrets that they have discovered through all of these years of being a stylist. These are the pros of assisting. Free education. Free education. Remember how I said cosmetology school is like high school and then your first 2 years are like college? This is what I mean. You have stylists that are going to be in the salon, and usually you're not just assisting one person, you're kind of floating around the salon and you're helping everybody. You are learning from seasoned stylists and professionals. The type of work that you would be doing as an assistant looks like shampooing their clients, draping their clients, parting and sectioning off the hair for them to go in with foils and color. You're going to be blow drying, curling or styling or whatever, holding foils. So like as the stylist is literally foiling the highlights, you're literally just handing them a foil. And a lot of people may not like that. They may think that they're just like literally just doing the dirty work. And yes, you're doing the dirty work, hon. But you are learning and you are seeing, and they're talking to you. If you get a good mentor, okay? But that's one of the things. You got to kind of research mentors as well. But you're learning all of their techniques just by standing and watching and handing their foils. They're going to teach you how they want you to shampoo, how they want you to mix the color bowl. You're soaking in all of this information for free. Another pro is you get to learn the business side of cosmetology. So a lot of times if you're an assistant, you'll also be the receptionist. You'll answer phone calls. You'll deal with like a lot of the vendors and, being able to network and talk with a lot of the different brand reps. Like if you're a Goldwell salon and a Goldwell rep comes in, you usually are the first person to greet them and stuff like this. This is what I mean. Sometimes you'll handle the inventory. You get to learn the business side of cosmetology. What I honestly like about it is you learn the dirty work. You get to experience cosmetology, sweeping floors and mopping floors and folding towels and being somebody's yes man before you can get to the next level. And I'm okay with that, because what if one day I have a salon and I needed an assistant? I will be able to guide them because I did exactly what they did. You get to work your way up and appreciate every single level of the industry. I'm telling you, I am not one to think that I'm too good for anything. I want to learn the low parts of cosmetology so I can appreciate the high parts. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I said, I think the biggest thing is that you get to shadow and be mentored by so many different people and just watch. And if you decide to assist, put yourself out there and say, hey, can I blow dry your client for you? Hey, can I hold your foils for you? Let me do anything for you so I can just like be able to soak in as much information as possible. These are the things that I think is great about assisting. Here's some of the considerations. Usually you're paid a flat hourly. And it is a small flat hourly. Some of the numbers I've heard around here is $10 an hour. Sometimes at the big salons, it's $15 an hour. Sometimes it's $8 an hour. So you're literally getting paid like minimum wage right out of school. Another consideration is that at this time, you're not really allowed to take any clients, especially colored cuts, anything like that. This is not your time to be a stylist. This is your time to still soak in information. This is kind of like your school right out of school. So you're not really taking clients. Some salons will allow you to take your own clients, but it might be something as little as a brow wax or a brow tint or a makeup application or a simple hairstyle or a curl. These are the types of things that you may be taking, something very, very mild. And a lot of salons will compensate you for that. Like you get a small commission and you get to keep your tips. Or they don't do that and it's just a part of the assistant program and you're just gonna get your $10 an hour. A consideration that I said could be a pro, in my opinion, is that you really are just shampooing, doing blowouts, sweeping the floor, doing reception, maybe even they have you on social media, holding foils. So if you think that you're a little too advanced or you're too good for that, then this might not be the route you want to take. One of the considerations I think is very, very important is to not just blindly accept an assistant program. Sometimes they want you to sign a contract for 6 months. Sometimes they want you to sign an assisting contract for an entire year. You know your pace. You know how hard in advance you're going to work. I would honestly ask them, is this based on time, 6 months to a year, or ask if they have an objective program for assisting, meaning like if I advance and I get to this point and I can do this perfectly or at the standards that you think I should be able to do them, do I get to move on? Do I get to take a client at that point? So I wouldn't just take an assisting program if they say it's just going to be 1 year, here's your contract, you're assisting for a year. A year goes by and you've been shadowing and helping and you may know how to do a kick, butt, balayage, foil, whatever, but you're in a year contract and you're still not allowed to take clients because your year's not up yet. I don't really think that's fair. So definitely ask the questions. Ask them, is it objective? Ask them if they have a plan for you. Like if you are going to be able to, once you accomplish things, can you move on, if that makes sense? So now I'm going to move into the next option that is kind of, I say that it just rolls right off of assisting, because a lot of these salons, once you finish your assisting program, then you move on to commission. So now you are actually allowed to be an employee at these salons. So a commission salon is kind of like corporate, but they're locally owned, privately owned. It's a local salon, and you either get paid, when you're a commission stylist, you get paid your hourly and commission, or hourly plus commission. It runs a lot like a corporate salon, and that's why I kind of saved this for last, except you're not really bound to corporate policies and procedures, and you might have a little bit of leeway when it comes to video marketing or marketing on social media, or doing some of these things to help build you and your brand. I think you have a little bit more independence working for a commissioned, like a local commissioned salon, privately owned salon, versus working for corporate. But at the end of the day, they kind of work similarly, but you know how it is if you go work for a local boutique versus you're working for Forever 21. Now here are some of the questions that I want you to ask yourself. So I'm going to ask you, but ask yourself, answer these yourself. This would kind of help jog your mind on where you want to go and what do you want most. First off, what are you interested in doing? What are your passions? Are you more interested in doing fashion colors? Are you more interested in doing haircuts? Are you more interested in doing blondes and extensions and stuff like this? If you're more interested in cutting hair, then I probably wouldn't go to a salon that's notoriously known for doing color all of the time. You might want to start out at sports clips or master cuts or something like that. So what are you interested in doing first and foremost? The salons that you've been looking at, what are they known for? Like I said, you know, are they known for fashion colors and trendy styles? Are they known for updos and makeup? Are they known for color corrections and highlights? Ask yourself, go in and see, what are these salons known for? Ask around. What salon do you go to, Susie? I go to so-and-so. Why do you go there? Well, they're awesome at highlighting hair, or they're awesome at haircuts. So what are these salons known for? One thing that you can do is totally put in your budget to go to these salons, visit them, and get a blowout. Or if they have like a little nail place, get your nails done, or get your eyebrows waxed, or get a simple trim, haircut. Go in and see how they treat you, how they greet you, how they treat each other, how the coworkers are interacting with each other, how they're interacting with their clients, how they're interacting with your stylist, with you sitting in the chair. Get an idea of the atmosphere, because here's the thing, if you go in and if you feel that there's a little bit of tension between stylists, there's going to be a little tension between stylists when you work there. Is that the environment? Is it hostile? Like, is that the culture you want to be in? Another thing you want to consider is looking at that salon, going in, does the salon's culture and environment reflect who you are as a person and who you are as a stylist? Does it coincide with your personality? What are they wearing? What is the aesthetic? Is this salon and culture going to be inviting to your type of client, to your type of clientele, your friends, your family? Is it edgy and trendy and dark and, you know, really cool and spunky? If that's what you like and that's your clientele, then heck yes. Or is it more light and airy and quiet, or you know, inviting? I don't know. I'm trying to think of more things to say. Like, you get what I'm saying. Does the environment and culture reflect who you are? What are they wearing? Are they wearing all black? And you don't want to wear all black. Are they wearing super fun colors? Are they wearing jeans and tennis shoes? Like, if that's your personality and that's going to be your clientele mainly, then that's where you want to go. But if it's not, then these are things that you need to be aware of and look for. Another consideration is, are there contracts? Are there conflict of interest? And like non-compete agreements. A lot of salons, if you go and work for them, they make you sign a non-compete agreement saying that if you work here, you're not allowed to work within a 10-mile radius of this salon. You're not allowed to, you know, your clients are not allowed to come with you. Like I said, a lot of salons, they own your clients. You don't own your clients. I'm not going to say my opinion on that, but these are just things that you want to consider. Make sure that when you're handed the contract, before you sign, that you thoroughly read through it. There's a salon that's near me that I literally live 2 minutes away from, and they already told me that if I were to work there, I couldn't work within, I couldn't open a salon within a 5-mile radius. I live here. Like, just be aware of what you're signing, what you're agreeing to, and I pray that you find something and somewhere that is going to be amazing, and that you're going to be treated well, and you are going to be accepted and taught and mentored. That is the most, in my opinion, the most important thing about what you can do right when you get out of school, is to find a salon where the environment is very, very friendly and they all encourage each other. That is the biggest thing. Like I said, the first job right out of school can make or break you. And I've heard horror stories of people where they get out of school, they're so eager, they find themselves in a salon that they absolutely hate because it's very hostile, and they end up completely leaving the beauty industry and doing something completely different and just working at a retail store the rest of their life or whatever because they picked the bad salon. It's heartbreaking, but it happens. So that's why I've been so stressed, and I've been researching all of this because I want to have a great salon right out of school. I want to be mentored, I want to help, I want to get my hands dirty and in there, and I want to make the most out of my first year of cosmetology school. So I pray that you research too, that you make a list of salons that you would like to go to. I have my list right here that I've been making. Check out their social media, check out their work. Even, y'all, I'm not kidding, I even go to salons, find out who works there, then go on their personal Facebook and scroll through and see what kind of person they are. It's just what I've been doing, because if they act a certain way on Facebook, whether it's professionally or non-professionally, if they're fun, if they're kind of rude, they're going to be like that in real life in the salon. So I want to see who I'd be working with if I were to get the job. So I know this seems crazy and like I'm on some FBI stuff, but it's real life, and you have to be able to set yourself up for success. It's nobody else's responsibility but yours. Nobody else's responsibility but yours. So take the initiative and go the extra mile to do these things, and don't wait until last minute. Oh my God, like I said in one of my other videos, I thought that I had so much time, and here I am graduating in like 2 or 3 months, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't have a lot of time. Also, people who do salons who assist, they will already have their next assistant lined up. Because whenever they have an assistant graduate from the apprenticeship program, they need to fill it, right? They need help. So don't wait until you graduate, because they probably already had the spot filled 7 months ago because they already picked somebody in cosmetology school. A lot of times they already have cosmetology students working for them. So do it now. Don't wait until last minute. I'm going to do another video, executive decision. I'm going to do another video on what you can do to get an interview, how you can present yourself, and what you can do to like set yourself up for an awesome interview, portfolio, resume. I'll go through all of that. So, and I'll just share with you what I've been doing. So this is from a student's perspective, not somebody who has already done it, got a job, whatever. But just, I'm sharing with you my journey and what I'm doing thus far. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.